Hey everybody, in this video, I'm going to give a brief overview of the YCharts Excel add-in. To begin, I'm just going to open up a blank sheet in Excel, and when I do, you'll notice that a YCharts tab appears on my ribbon bar. And that's because I do have the YCharts Excel add-in downloaded and installed, of course. And from here, just giving you a brief overview, you'll be able to pull in any data point found on our website, any historical data point, economic indicator data point, anything you can really think of that's found on our website. So with that said, what you're going to want to utilize when you do have this installed are these insert point, insert series, insert info, etc. kind of functions, and I'll give you a brief tutorial on how those work. So to begin, I'm just going to type in Apple in cell B3 here, as well as price in cell C2. So what I'm going to tell our Excel add-in to do is pull in Apple's price. And I do that by clicking on this insert point function now. And you'll notice that there are a couple of different fields here, beginning with ticker, calculation, date, retrieve dates, etc. And what those are for is I'm just going to reference Apple's cell B3 by clicking on it to add it to the ticker field, and then do the same for the calculation. So then click on the price cell. After clicking OK, you'll see that Apple's price populates in cell C3 where I had clicked in to insert that point. And from here, now that I'm using these cell references for that formula, I can simply type in Microsoft's ticker and have that price automatically update. Continuing on now, what's really neat kind of about building out, say, comp tables using our Excel add-in is just with a couple of Excel formatting tricks, putting dollar signs in front of a row or column, I can quickly build out, an entire table of, say, Apple's price, Oracle's price, and, say, Intel's price, as well as a couple of different metrics. So for instance, if I wanted to also pull in PE ratio, price to sales ratio, and say net income, TTM, I can do so just by copying and pasting these formulas, and all this data is automatically going to pull in as soon as I do kind of copy and paste those formulas. And just like that, within a minute or so, I have a table of Microsoft's price, PE ratio, price to sales ratio, net income, as well as Apple, Oracle, and Intel's. And again, it's just as simple as switching out these particular tickers and having all this data automatically populate. So to give you an idea of kind of the power or the spreadsheets that have been built by our Excel modeling team, I'm just going to walk through a basic example of one of those that they have built in the past. So I'm going to hover over Tools and click on Excel. When this page populates, I'll click on this Templates page. And this is going to be where you will find any previously built templates by our Excel modeling team that are made available to our professional subscribers. And as you can see, we pull in company and fund overview reports, portfolio holding tools, comparable analysis, financial statement, spreadsheets, macroeconomic spreadsheets, liquidity, solvency, and profitability, etc. So as soon as you sign up, you're going to have access to about 35 or so pre-built templates. And the one that I'm going to show off is our newly built two-page portfolio overview. This is going to allow you to enter in an entire portfolio to Excel and produce calendar returns, fundamental data, exposures, asset allocations, as well as risk information for the entire portfolio versus a benchmark. So for instance, as you can see, currently this defaults to a couple of holdings and a couple of different portfolio weights here, just 20% for all the securities. And you can see it's pulling in their current price, month to date, total return, year to date, etc. As well as the different calendar returns on the different tabs, the fundamental data, the region exposure, the sector exposures, allocations, and risk information. So to adjust this spreadsheet, since it already is built out, I can just enter in any particular security, whether it's an ETF, a stock, or a mutual fund, to then add that to my portfolio, give Apple and Microsoft 5% each, and just like that, it's going to adjust the weighted total returns for these particular calendar returns. A couple of different clicks on the keyboard, I can adjust this custom benchmark area as well. So say I wanted to only give 40% weighting to the SPY ETF, and then pull in ACWI and give that 50%, and then we're just going to leave this iShares Ag ETF with the same weighting. I can do so, and all this weighted benchmark return information is going to update automatically, and you'll see that final row is the relative performance between the portfolio and the benchmark. And again, just clicking on these different tabs, you'll see all these calendar returns update for Apple and Microsoft, as well as the fundamental data, the exposures, and the allocation and risk information. And pulling all these tabs together, guys, the whole point of this model is this overview 2-page, which is going to show you the growth of the portfolio versus the benchmark, give you some calendar returns up top, give you the best performing 3 months, the worst performing 3 months, etc. Pull in valuation multiples for the portfolio and benchmark, as well as give you a detailed asset allocation breakdown and region and sector analysis. As you can see, it's just as simple as pulling in a couple of different security holdings, adjusting those weightings, and all this information is already going to be pre-built for you. And just like that, you're going to have an awesome presentation for a client or for you to just sit down and perform your analysis. That said, if you have any further questions about the tool, feel free to reach out to your sales representative or support representative by hovering over the support tab at the top of any YCharts page and clicking on Contact Us. And you'll see their information right here. Thanks, everyone.